You are the keeper of ghosts, the last archivist awake on the Great Ark, Sanctuary. For 217 years, you have patrolled its silent halls. Your only companion is the low hum of life support. It is a lonely vigil, a promise made to a memory, the memory of a planet called Earth. Around you rests the sum of a civilization, the archive, a cold, quiet library of everything humanity ever was. Every song, every equation, every foolish declaration of love, all stored on crystalline data shards that glow with a faint inner light. You walk the aisles of this glowing mausoleum. Your footsteps echo, the only sound in a ship holding 500,000 silent dreamers. Your job is to maintain the quiet, to watch over the sleepers, and to wait for a new home, a new sun, a new beginning. Duty has a way of becoming routine. The eons can blur into a single, long day. You sometimes trace the frost on the cryopods. You see the faces within. They are the last children of a forgotten star. You are their shepherd, their librarian, their solitary watchman in the endless night. Then, something changes. A sound, sharp and clear, cuts through the hum. It is not an alarm you recognize. It is too clean, too precise. It comes from the communion deck, a part of the bridge long dormant, a place designed to listen to the void, hoping for a voice to call back. A fool's hope, you had always thought. You glide through the weightless corridors. Your heart, a long slumbering thing, begins to beat faster. On the console, a single green light pulses. An incoming message. Your fingers tremble slightly as you trace the signal's origin. It is impossible. It is a lie. The data must be corrupt. The signal comes from Sector 0, the official, sterile name for home. The Sol System. It is not random starborn noise, not the hiss of a dying galaxy. It is a structured, mathematical broadcast, a heartbeat of pure logic sent across an impossible distance. You activate the audio feed. A single, perfect tone fills the bridge. It is the loneliest sound you have ever heard, and the most hopeful. Someone is alive in the graveyard of your species. Someone is calling home. You pull up the historical logs, the final records of the Exodus. You see Earth as it was, a beautiful blue marble, slowly succumbing to a creeping cold. The sun, your sun, was failing, not in a glorious explosion, but in a slow, tired fade. The star scientists of the time called it the gray dimming, a tragically mild name for the end of a world. It was a sickness in the core of your system. Humanity's answer was the Arks, 3 colossal ships, lifeboats for a species on the verge of extinction. There was Sanctuary, your home. There was the Odyssey, and there was the Daedalus. You all fled into the deep dark, seeking new light, new life, a new place to call home. That was 400 years ago, a lifetime of running. The Odyssey went silent after the first century. A sensor ghost, a sad memory. The Daedalus vanished just 50 years later, presumed lost to a navigation error, or something worse. Only Sanctuary remained, a single seed pod floating in an infinite, sterile ocean, carrying the last hopes and dreams of your race. You often walk the cryo decks, a silent tour through a frozen city. You see the faces of the sleepers, encased in shimmering, blue-tinged ice. There are engineers and doctors, poets and farmers, children who never saw a real animal. They are a library of souls, a silent congregation waiting for a sermon you might never deliver. You touch the thick, cold viewport on the observation deck. The stars out here are different. They are sharp, cruel diamonds on black velvet, not the soft, smudged lights of a world with an atmosphere. This is why the signal makes no sense. The Sol system should be dark, a cold grave orbited by frozen debris. Our sun should be a shrunken, lightless cinder, a brown dwarf, a failed star. It certainly should not be powerful enough to send a focused signal across light years. Unless every projection was wrong. Unless the archive, your sacred trust, is filled with lies. You have lived your life by a single truth. Humanity had to leave to survive. This signal whispers a terrible question into the silence. What if you were wrong? What if you ran for nothing? There is only one person who can make the next decision. One mind on this ship with the authority to change your destiny. Her name is on the command cryopod. A simple plaque reads, Captain Eva Rostova. She is a legend from the history files. The woman who commanded the Exodus. Waking her is a risk. The revival process is complex, dangerous. You have studied the manuals for centuries, treating them as holy texts. Now, you must put theory into practice. Reviving a human is not like warming up leftovers. One mistake could cause catastrophic cell damage. A messy, quiet end to a 400-year sleep. You stand before her pod. It is a sleek, silver coffin in the heart of the command deck. You take a deep breath. Then you begin the sequence. Fluids shift. Heaters glow. Computers chant a litany of biofeedback. For 3 long hours, you monitor her vitals, watching a life return from the brink of absolute zero. It is a terrifying, beautiful process. Finally, the pod opens with a soft hiss of escaping pressure. Captain Rostova sits up. She moves with the stiffness of a thawing statue. Her eyes, a piercing shade of gray, find yours. They are ancient eyes. They saw the last sunset on Earth. Even weak and disoriented, her presence fills the room. It is the quiet authority of command. Report, she says. Her voice is a dry rasp, the sound of vocal cords unused for centuries. You try to sound professional, not like a starstruck hermit. Captain, a signal. We received a signal. The words feel small, inadequate. She frowns. From where, archivist? She remembers your title. Of course she does. From home, Captain. You say softly. The signal is from the Sol system. You hold out a data tablet. Her hand is surprisingly steady as she takes it. She scans the information. Her face is a mask. Unreadable. The silence stretches. You feel like a student presenting a report to a stern teacher. She looks up from the tablet. Her gaze goes past you, to the star-dusted void outside the main viewport. Turn the ship around, she says. Her voice is stronger now. Forged from old iron. You are shocked into taking a step back. Captain, our mission is to find a new star system, to move forward. The mission, archivist, she says, her gray eyes locking onto yours, is the preservation of humanity. If someone is alive back there, we are going home. It is her first command in 4 centuries, and it is an order to fly back into the very darkness you escaped, to chase the song of a ghost. The journey back is a strange dream. The great arc groans as it turns, a massive, complex maneuver it has not made in your lifetime. The ship feels alive now. The captain awakens her senior staff. The bridge, once your silent sanctuary, now buzzes with voices. With focused energy, you feel like an intruder in your own home. You stand by the archive terminal on the bridge, a silent observer watching history pivot on its axis. The voyage takes months. Months of tension, of hope warring with dread. On the star charts, the familiar constellations of home rearrange themselves, growing brighter, closer. The signal does not repeat. There is only the mystery, waiting for you at the end of the road. Then, the ship drops out of warp drive. The forward view screen clears, and a collective gasp fills the bridge. Before you hangs the sun. Your son, Saul. But it is not the dying ember of your history files. It is a star in its glorious prime. It blazes with a brilliant, blinding light. A fierce, white-hot furnace of impossible youth. It is more vibrant than you could have imagined. And it is trapped. Encircling the entire star is a colossal structure, a sphere of impossible scale. It looks like it is woven from solidified light and darkness, a lattice of impossible geometry. It is a Dyson sphere, a fantasy of long-dead engineers, a megastructure from speculative science holovids. You always thought it was a bit of a silly idea, like building a birdcage for a god. The sphere hums with contained power, a low resonant thrum that you feel in your teeth. It captures every photon, every watt of the star's immense energy. It is a monument to a power so advanced, it might as well be magic. Someone did not just save the sun, they captured it. They put it on a leash. The bridge crew is frozen. Their faces are lit by the awesome, terrifying light. They see a miracle. You look at the captain. Her face is grim. She does not see a miracle. She sees a cage, a fortress, a declaration of power that makes your ark look like a child's toy, and you are parked on its doorstep. Hold this position. Captain Rostova's voice is sharp. It cuts through the awe. Tactical, give me a threat assessment. Communications, scan for all life signs. The crew snaps back to work. Their fingers dance over their consoles. Information floods the screens. There are cities, millions of life signs, a civilization living on the inner skin of the sphere. Suddenly, a proximity alert shrieks. Captain, new contact. The tactical officer shouts. It just appeared. No drive signature. On the view screen, a single, smaller ship comes into focus. It is impossibly sleek. It seems to have been carved from a single piece of mother of pearl. It moves without engines, without thrusters. It glides through space with the silent grace of a shark. Next to it, your ark looks like a brutalist concrete block, a relic of a forgotten age. Your ship was built for survival. Theirs was built for mastery. Open a channel, the captain orders. Her voice is calm. Standard first contact. It was the first thing you were taught as a child on the Ark. The rules for meeting the unknown. The communications officer shakes his head. Hailing on all frequencies, Captain. There is no response. The ship continues its silent, unnerving approach. It comes to a stop just off your bow, close enough to see the strange perfection of its hull. The tension on the bridge is a physical thing. You can taste the ozone of recycled air and fear. After 400 years of running, is this the end? To be vaporized by beings who cage stars for a living? Then, the main screen flickers to life. Not with a strange alien face, not with a cryptic symbol. It is the face of a man. He is older with deep lines around his eyes. But those eyes are kind. He has a calm, gentle smile. He looks like a beloved grandfather, not the harbinger of your doom. Ark Sanctuary, the man says. His voice is a smooth, warm baritone. It fills the bridge with a sense of peace. We have been expecting you. The entire crew just stares, mouths slightly open. The first contact protocols have a lot of advice for dealing with hostile aliens, and curious ones. They have absolutely nothing on meeting long-lost relatives who appear to be ridiculously successful. The man on the screen gives a soft chuckle. You seem surprised, he says, his smile widening. Please, do not be alarmed. My name is Lyran. We are the children of the Daedalus. We are the inheritors. Welcome home. The name echoes on the bridge. The Daedalus, the Lost Ark, the ship that disappeared into the void 3 centuries ago. They were not lost. They were here. They did not just survive. They conquered the very problem that sent you fleeing into the darkness. Captain Rostova steps into the center of the bridge. Her posture is ramrod straight. "I am Captain Eva Rostova of the Ark Sanctuary," she states clearly. "You claim you are from the Daedalus?" "I am, Captain," Lyron says with a respectful bow of his head. "Our journey was not as fortunate as yours. Our drive systems failed. We were forced to limp back to Seoul. We expected to find a cinder, a cold grave." He pauses, a flicker of ancient pain in his eyes. "Instead, we found it was not dying on its own. It was being murdered." A murmur ripples through the bridge crew. "Murdered? How do you murder a star?" "Explain," the captain commands. "A creature of gravity and shadow," Lyron says. His voice is somber. "A star-born parasite was latched onto our sun, leeching its energy. A slow, insidious poison. We were the only ones who could stop it. We had to fight for our home." His story is the stuff of legends. A lost crew returning to battle a cosmic monster. It sounds like a tale you would find in the mythology section of your own archive. "And this sphere?" Captain Rostova asks, gesturing to the glowing cage outside. A look of immense pride transforms Lyron's face. "The Chronos sphere," he announces. "Our greatest achievement. We did not simply kill the parasite, we learned its secrets. We learned to manipulate space-time itself. To reverse the aging of our star, we did not just save the sun, we healed it." He opens his hands wide, a gesture of magnificent generosity. "And in its light, we built a new world, a perfect world. Chronos sphere." The name sends a cold shiver through you. Chronos means time. What did they do to time? "Our journey is over," Lyron says, his kind eyes seeming to look right at you. "Your journey is over. We are the inheritors of Earth, and we offer you a home. We offer you paradise." The offer is intoxicating, an end to the endless running, a home bathed in the light of a captive sun. But you glance at your captain. You see the doubt in her hard-worn face. Paradise, she knows, is never free. An invitation is given, a personal tour of their world. Captain Rostova accepts, her face a neutral mask. She chooses a small shore party, herself, 2 of her best security officers, and you, the archivist. Your role is to watch, to listen, to look for the seams in their perfect reality. Your job is to remember the truth. You cross from your old, functional airlock into their shuttle. The interior is seamless, glowing. The ship moves with no sensation of movement at all. You fly toward an opening in the sphere's lattice. It irises open silently. A perfect black circle in the glowing wall. You pass through it, and you forget to breathe. There is no machine world inside, no gantries or power conduits. You emerge into an open, endless blue sky. Below you, a landscape of breathtaking beauty stretches to a curved horizon. Verdant fields of green, rivers sparkling like veins of diamond. And in the distance, cities of graceful white towers that climb toward the captive sun. The sun hangs directly overhead, a constant, perfect noon. Their shuttle lands without a whisper. It rests on a carpet of flowers you recognize from botanical files. The air that greets you when the ramp lowers is warm. It smells of wet earth, blooming flowers, and life. Lyron stands waiting for you, barefoot on the soft, green grass. His smile is as real and warm as the sunlight. "I welcome you to New Eden," he says. You walk with him down a path of smooth, white stones. People pass by. They are dressed in simple, flowing clothes. They are smiling, laughing. There is a deep, abiding peace on their faces, an utter lack of fear or worry. It is the most unsettling thing you have ever seen. They nod to Lyron as he passes. Some wave. They look at your bulky, armored environment suits with simple curiosity, not fear. How is all of this possible? Captain Rostova asks. Her voice, filtered through her helmet speaker, sounds harsh in this tranquil place. The star provides, Lyron explains patiently. Unlimited energy. The sphere's surface is 17 million square kilometers, more than enough room for us, and for your people. He gestures to a nearby city. It looks like it was grown from ivory, not built. We have eliminated scarcity. We have cured disease. We have forgotten hunger. They are archaic words, things for an archivist like you to study. His words are aimed right at you. You feel a growing sense of dread beneath the awe. It is all too perfect. A society without conflict, without pain, without struggle. History, your specialty, screams that this is a lie. Perfection is always bought at a price. Your eyes drift away from the happy, strolling crowds. You look toward the other buildings, the ones that look less like homes and more like power stations or laboratories. The places a guided tour would never go. The places where secrets are kept.